very important to understand what is a brand. In my opinion, the most important real estate there is a place in the consumer's mind. And once you have a place in the consumer's mind and you are top of mind when they're looking for something that is industry related, you're on your way to building your brand. It's not as scary as you think if you just realize who your networking opportunities are. And it's that kind of grassroots marketing that I really love to help people find and establish and grow. Finding a wedding gown is like finding a husband. When you fall in love, it's time to stop looking. I've been in the bridal business for over 30 years. With a great team and an eye for the perfect dress, I make dreams come true for the brides of Beverly Hills. When I talk about marketing, I get very excited. Not because I come with a Harvard MBA, but because I understand it from the grassroots level. What is your business theme this year? What is your big goal this year? When things get tough, and they will, what will drive you to keep you going? You need to look out of the windshield and see the brilliant light ahead of you to know that the best is yet to come. What will you do differently this year than you didn't do in the past? How many of us small business owners work 12, 15, 18? We'll work whatever it takes. So if you're ready, say I'm ready. I'm ready. I can help them transform their lives just by sharing the things that I've done, which are easily transferable to another person's life. They just have to take that repertoire and interpret it into theirs. And people can make anything happen. And there is such a tremendous energy that I get from the audience that as I'm speaking, I get fired up. And it makes it so exciting. And even when I go into a presentation knowing basically what I'm going to talk about, because I don't work off of a script, I find things coming out of me that have been buried and I perhaps haven't shared before, but I'm so delighted that I'm inspired to share it in the moment. And it resonates with people. You've got to be a leader in order to have followers, a good leader. I found myself incorporating the things that I taught my children in my business every day. And then my staff, whom I mentored, many of them who went on to open their own businesses, I found them mimicking me. And I found little Renees on the selling floor. And it was amazing. But you have to lead that way. And I learned leadership skills from my kids, being a mom. I realized early on that relationships of all kinds are not important. They're absolutely everything. So I started connecting dots and making a lot of great relationships that helped me learn quite a bit. You want to be able to find people that are not always like-minded, because you know when you have conversations with people that agree with you all day long, it's a really happy day and everybody agrees. Once in a while, it's really good to have relationships and meet people whose viewpoint is very different than yours.
Renée Strauss is joining us, Brides of Beverly Hills. How are you?
I am fabulous and delighted to be here. And
delighted?
You look great. Yes.
The craziest wedding ever you did was where?
At the Vatican.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the Pope got married.
Ha ha.
No. He's crazy. I love this Pope.
He's a very good Pope.
I love that. Yeah. You're Jewish, right?
I am.
I love that. You got a thumbs up for the Pope.
Thank you. But it was funny because here I was, this Jewish girl from Beverly Hills, doing a wedding at the Vatican. I couldn't believe I was there. It was very surreal, but it was hard work, but amazing. When you create company culture in any business, you create it from the inside out. And company culture is all about how the owner or the boss, the CEO, COO, CFO, whomever, how they treat the people that work for them and how they set the example for the people that work for them to work with the clientele that they are feeding off of in order to make a living. So a company culture for me in my business is and was, we try never to say no, we say no problem. We do whatever it takes in all circumstances, and we treat everybody like they are guests in our home. I took over a store that was large with a lot of employees, and I really didn't know anything about the business. But I took a chance. And my motto was, whatever it takes. And I literally put that sign all over my store. I put it in bathrooms and in my office and in the alterations department. And I just lived the mantra, whatever it takes. And I progressed. And as time went on, I realized that I'm going to be really much more successful if I say, we don't say no, we say no problem. There are a few transitional life experiences that happened to me that, as they were happening, I was so fearful and thought everything was lost. And one of them was when I had to move out of my location, my original bridal location, because we had outgrown it. And I looked everywhere. Beverly Hills is very small. It's 3 square miles, and not all of it is retail. I tried so hard to find a location to move into that could accommodate the size that I needed and also accommodate all of the inner workings of the business. I settled on a building that had no windows. Here I'm in the bridal industry where all you have to do is see a wedding gown in a dry cleaner's window and you're going to like race right over there and place an order. You don't even care if you give somebody your money and don't see the dress for 6 months. It just instills trust. So here I go from this amazing building on Wilshire Boulevard with a storefront that really helped me build my brand to all of a sudden the only place I could find with a parking lot was a huge building with no windows. But I turned lemons into lemonade, and I decided I'm going to take my signature, which thank God is pretty, and I just blew it up into this 10-foot by 10-foot brass signage. I invested so much money in that sign. I plastered it on the building, and everybody started recognizing who I was. I would go to a department store, slap my credit card on the counter, and they'd look at me and say, Renée Strauss? The Renée Strauss? And it helped me with my recognizability. Because I'm always encouraged by people I meet and things that I do that every day there's something new and the best is yet to come.